My name is Yvonne Booker. I have had the privilege of serving on this committee. Wonderful. There you go. We have multiple meetings around today. Perfect. Good, good, good. Yeah, you can go ahead and get some dinner. Go ahead. You can get dinner while I talk, okay? You okay? You okay? Okay. My name is Yvonne Booker. I've had the privilege of serving on this back-to-school planning committee for the last 3 years since its inception. And we do, as you are well aware, as having supported us financially, a program that not only provides immediate services for the families that are in need in the form of school supplies, but we provide a tremendous amount of community resource information. One of the things that we learn from families tremendously, particularly the ones that have new students that are going into the school, is that there's a lot of information that has to be consumed, a lot of information that they don't know. If it's their first child, they are really lost. If it's their second or third, each year is different. So this event really gives them that depth and breadth of information so that their children are able to start to school bright and ready and all prepared for their impending year. I'm going to start out by telling you, as I've just done, where we are, and then we have others that will come behind me that will tell you where our planning is and, more importantly, where we're hoping to go in the future. The formal planning group was handled by Heavenly Supply Depot, as most of you all know. Kim Teemer was the head of that organization, and Kim and her family has relocated. We all understand how that goes. You know, Texas is full of people that have relocated here, myself and my family included. So Kim and her family have relocated to another part of the state, and so we wish her family well. But she did a tremendous job in really helping this community understand how important it is to be able to provide for those in need. And not only give them tangible things, but also give them information in the form of knowledge. Because I truly believe what parents know as far as preparing their children for school, you can never take away from them. So we are that very same committee. However, we are going to start afresh. So this would be our first one planning without Kim. So we are very excited about the challenges. We were trained very well. We still have that same level of passion that Kim had and she left us with. And so we do have some of the, strategies we've used in the past. But this is a brand new organization that we now will be a mainstay in this community. You know, when you do programs, usually about year 4 or 5 is when you hit your stride and you really do know kind of what you're doing. So this is our year 4. So we're very close to hitting our stride, and we could not have even begun the program were it not for lots of your support in the future. So you're here because you have provided us great support. We hope you will continue to provide that support for us again in the future, and we just want to spend this time to thank you so much for doing that. With that, I'll turn it over to Joanne Short, and she'll tell you where we are right now.
Hi, good evening. I just wanted to give you guys the first opportunity to hear about us, which we are fresh. We are Genesis. That is our new name, and that is indicative of what we believe is going on. We're starting fresh, we're starting new, but we are doing an old program that is very much needed in our community. We are in our planning process. We are meeting, we are reconnecting and creating new relationships with people that have been supporters of the fair in the past. And as Yvonne said, we are extremely excited at this time of what we're doing this time. It's been a labor of love for us, and we are all servants at heart. We love what we do, and so we have reached out to people who have been great supporters, not just financially, but those who have come and they have volunteered. And so that's why you are here today, because you have supported us, not just financially, but also in kind. We have, tell me your name again? Linda Shirley, who runs Caravan, and they provide the immunizations for the children. It's extremely important that the students keep up with their shots, and that they have that. It keeps them safe every year. It keeps diseases, and so it sounds simple that you do immunizations, but it's hugely important, and it's very much needed for our students as they prepare to go back for school. We will begin doing our community-wide invites for people who want to be a part of our planning, and we will be sending out those evites. So if that's something that you have an interest in doing and helping us plan, as we communicate with you, just let us know, and we'll send you an invitation, and we'll let you know when we're meeting. If all goes well, this is where we will meet. This will be our location. And we invite you to come, bring your ideas. So, and we're really happy, we're very thankful, and we're blessed to have you come out and join us tonight. Raven Short, who is my daughter, is going to tell you about where we're headed.
Good evening. As you know, we are at the beginning of planning our nonprofit, and so our vision for our future is very broad, but it's very exciting because we want to stay firmly rooted within the Louisville community, but as we grow and as we transition, we'd also like to expand into other communities so that they can experience what we're giving to our community. And so, as she said, after the 5-year mark, you kind of get your stride. And so about every 7 years, we would like to transition into a new director of our organization so that the ideas can stay fresh and new and renewed, and we don't get stuck in our ways and just have that mundane mentality of our organization. And that's really just our vision right now for our organization. It's very open, and we're open to new ideas and possibilities for our future. And so we would like to show you a video of what it's looked like in the past at past back-to-school fairs.
We weren't playing jokes on you. We really weren't. There was a commercial on, and I don't know if it was about it's a car dealership, and the lady goes and she takes her dog, and the dog has the big home, and the guy makes a joke and say, wow, that's a big hearing aid your dog have on, you know, you gotta talk very softly. And she said, well, I've been talking about him all day, I didn't realize that. So we weren't playing tricks on you. We weren't playing tricks on you. So as you see, we really do put together the community and really kind of help them and help parents that attend come in and find out how they get started for school. And school supplies are a very key component to that. Children being able to walk into school and have all the supplies that they need sets that education pattern immediately. And so that's one of the issues that we really do want to keep. That's one of the passions that we want to have as relates to that. Now, we have, as a starting community, have put together what we believe is a very conservative budget in order to do that, and that's a combination of in-kind and donated items. And so we definitely want to get your input on that, how you might help us identify sponsors. We currently are looking for a title sponsor for this event as well. We are working out, as Joanna shared, some of the processes, and we definitely want you to be a part of that as well. But you know, we now want you to kind of think about what are some things that we need to share with you to really kind of get you engaged in this particular process. Most of the school supplies that you see here, we either purchased or corporations did school drives for us. And so we will go back down that road again, having different larger corporations to decide whether they want to do backpacks or whether they want to just donate a kit for a student. So we're very flexible. Our target this year is somewhere around 3,000 kids. There you go. 3,000 kids that we are hoping to serve this year, and our conservative budget for doing that is right around $70,000. And you know, we really looked at what we've done in the past, and we feel that this is what will help us cover anything over that we need. This is how we break it down. The cost for the individual school boxes are $14.50. We verified that. Backpacks, we run about $5.50 or so, which averages out to about $20 per student. So when we look for sponsors, you can have a choice of sponsoring, you know, 5 students, 1 student, 10 students. It works out very well, whichever way you want to break it down and moving in that direction. At the event itself, we make sure that the school supplies are delivered in a way in which the parents are, you know, don't necessarily come just for the supplies. We really are going to this year build up the fair itself, because it's so much great information that goes into that. And so we really want to make sure that the families come for the fair. But for those that we will identify in the process that really need this extra added support, we will make sure that those students get identified, and so your donations goes directly to those families that need that help directly. Okay? So with that, we want to open it up for question and answers. We will surely answer the ones that we can, and if we say we're not quite sure, we promise to get an answer back to you as well.
I have a question. I've always been in the other room, so I haven't been in the, you know, seeing how everything is. Are you buying the prepackaged
Yes,
supplies?
yes.
Are you doing it by age group?
By age
or-
group, by grade, by grade.
Okay.
By grade. The very first year we did that, we bought loose supplies and we packaged it, and we learned really quickly.
And I don't think you saved your money.
No, you don't. You don't. You don't. And so we buy the prepackaged supplies. They come already packed, and they're grade specific. And we buy a generic pack. So while some schools may have some specialties, if a parent just has to buy the specialty and doesn't have to buy everything else, that's a financial savings for them. So we get a generic school pack, and then if their particular child's school has a specialty item they have to buy, then that's the only thing the parent has to buy.
How do you advertise this to the community? Because I know you always have a tremendous turnout.
The schools. The schools are our
Schools,
main source,
okay.
yes. This year, because we're just getting our footing, we are going to focus particularly on just the Louisville ISD students. In the past, we've done multiple fairs in multiple communities. As Raven alluded to, we will revisit that each year to determine, but for this year, we're totally focusing just on the students that are within the Louisville ISD, and we'll just do one fair. And we used to do, even within Louisville ISD, multiple fairs. Some fairs were at schools because it just made better sense to have them there, and we're not going to do that this year. So we're just going to have one fair at one school, which we do have the school already identified, and we have lots